Hey, Queen, how
Yep.
do I know if a project is looking too cocky and might be a rug?
There are definitely some telltale signs, and I think maybe we can go through what some of those signs are today.
I would love to. What's the project called?
Well, funny you should ask because this project is called Cocky.
How ironic.
Let's go. Welcome back. If you're new here, we put out Web3 and content on digital art. We live in the Web3 space and generally act like degens. So please do like and subscribe. But today's episode, we are talking about a project called Cocky. And I just don't even know what to say about it. I feel like the name is something else to begin with, but it really is about music events. And the NFT for the project is your ticket. Clearly, we're on the website here right now. They are in pre-mint phase. They have a roadmap. They are not doxed. The founders are not, but
they're frat boys because they named it cocky. So we know that.
they named it Cocky. And so what they say is that it's a lifestyle club that offers you exclusive access to events, and they will be both virtual and IRL. And we'll get into that in just a second. The NFTs themselves are these cans. And so they can earn mutations. And if you
made it so much worse.
It's going to get worse. Hold on. You can earn a mutation, but a mutation is essentially like a POAP or like a stamp saying that you've been to the event. So like this can evolves over time as you go to these events. And the can itself, sorry. And also I would like to point out, we are not endorsing this project. We don't endorse any project. We are not sponsored. This is just a project that I came across and I was like, what is this? What is going on? And I had to find out about it. Case in point, like Cocky, here we are. So the NFT is a can, and you can have 51 different skin variations. So I feel like they're talking about skin and cocky. I don't know where to go with this, but there are 51 different variations. You have different lids. The passport stamps are what you would get for actually attending an event that then becomes transposed on the NFT itself.
No.
And then you can also get a VIP, like attendee by being selected. And then there's like the rarest can of them all, the black can. So those are the features to the NFT itself. And then as we get into the roadmap, one thing I did want to say a second ago is that I think the UX of the site is horrible. I keep like accidentally scrolling through the roadmap. I'm currently in Chrome for my browser, which I never use because it does not work in Brave. So just FYI, a few things there. The project is supposed to launch in Q3 of this year in 2022. And I can say that they have...
And say, pun intended.
I didn't even mean to. But the pre-sale for this project actually has gone live. It went live about a month ago, actually, to the day. It was September 26th. So they're in pre-launch right now, but they have not communicated out an actual launch date, at least to my knowledge. The next phase of the roadmap will be, once I scroll to it, the NFT launch itself. So the release and then open registration for the holder's first event. Also, the release of the location for the first event. So they're basically asking you up front to mint a project where you don't know what the event is, where it's going to be at. More on that in a second.
How cocky.
How cocky. In Q1 of 23 will be the actual first event. And then this is where they talk about distributing the mutations to all in attendance. So again, that's like the POAP for actually going to the event. And hold on, I felt like there was one more on the roadmap. Yeah. Nope, just kidding. That was it. The phase 3. And then they direct you out to their community. So there is no information to be found about the founders of the project. The About Us is just about the project here. But I did hop into the Discord and they have like 3,000 members in there, I think. Not very active though, like 72 active members. And just based on the general conversation, I found that Riz and Krim are two founders. So those are Discord names that they go by. And I'll do a quick scroll through a Discord for you guys to take a look at. A lot of the channels in the server are just totally blank and empty for what that's worth.
Bro, let's launch an NFT, bro.
Bruh.
Let's go. let's make it beer can.
It does.
Different skins that get you into events and call it cookie.
It does feel like that. As I was going through the Discord, like I was trying to figure out what kind of questions are people asking? What sort of conversation are there? And someone had asked if anybody's a holder. I don't think that they really are. And they are having, and I don't know if it's the two project founders, but they are doing an AMA tomorrow. So Thursday, October 27th of 2022. If I remember, I might try to hop in just to see what it's all about. Because people are asking what countries are you going to be focusing events on? And it sounds like
That'd be nice to know.
Europe and North America. But aside from that, like they're really not giving out much information.
Bro, what if we put event attendance stamps on the can, like passport stamps? That's my impression.
Let's do it.
What the founders are like. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know anything about them. It's impossible to find anything out about these founders. And even the FAQ is fairly lackluster. So I think the most information I got was actually in the event section. So they talk about the event. So they will be electronic music based all across the world. What I think is interesting is that they will only be like 2 to 4 in-person events. And why I keep saying that all of this is interesting is I went ahead and I wanted to check out the pre-mint to get into it. Few things that I did not like. I had to register for an account. We'll talk about that and why in a second. And then also connect to the wallet because it's a blockchain transaction. So I did go ahead and I created an account, and this is the page that it takes you to. This is the first place I've seen the price of the actual mint. 0.25 ETH for something. We don't know the founders. We don't know where the events are. There's only 2 to 4 events per year.
This might be a rug. I don't know.
18 of 10,000 that have been minted. So yeah, there's huge probability that this is a rug because we have talked about some of the, more community or event-based NFTs before. And if you were trying to create the NFT around a community that doesn't already exist, it's not going to happen. It's just not going to work out. And if I think about like artists that they're going to attract, they're not going to attract big artists because the community isn't there and they clearly don't have the funds to attract a large audience. So this might just be their own sort of pump and dump project, listen to my music, because my assumption would be that the founders are maybe some of the electronic music artists. So a lot of red flags behind this project. And when you go to register for an account, it's very Web 2. It's by email address, and then they also ask for a phone number. No idea why they need a phone number.
What?
It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Yeah. And it's only once you give that data can you actually get to this page. So
what if we're wrong and like Daft Punk is behind this?
Then they've done a great job of punking us because it's not seeming very legit right now. So this is when you sign up for pre-mint, I'm immediately disconnecting my wallet because it's just no thank you.
I can't believe connected in the first place.
It was the wallet, so it was fine. So the types of events, where they're being held, again, they're not going to disclose that until after the mint happens. And then the other interesting thing about this is through the FAQs, I think just the general FAQs, there's a lot of talk about a ticket. So if there's an IRL event, I don't know if it's on here. Can I buy a ticket to a cocky event without being an NFT holder? So they're still going to have tickets for sale, but in order to go to an IRL event, you have to be both holding the ticket and also a holder of the NFT. You can't go to the event without having the NFT. And then if you are an NFT holder, but you don't have a ticket or can't make it to the event, then you'll actually be able to stream that event. So it sounds like they're trying to add some exclusivity around the amount of people who can go to an event, which if I'm paying 0.25 ETH for something, I would expect to go. And they have an algorithm that's set up to determine who will be allowed to go to the event. And I guess 30% of that, 30% of distribution of tickets will be to randomly selected members in the event's geographical area. So I'm guessing maybe that's why the phone number you had to give it, but you could easily fake that. 40% distribution of tickets to the most active Discord participants. So they're trying to pump their community that way. And then 30% random distribution from the rest of the user pool is how they're going to set that up.
Is there anything in the fine print on this page that like gives us a hint?
No, I was looking everywhere. And really the best information I got was through the FAQ, which is a lot of no answers. And then you're just scrolling through Discord. But again, it's not terribly active.
Oh, dear.
And I'll put in some screenshots for that as well on some of the stuff that I came across. I was like, oh, okay. And then their social presence, I was kind of shocked to see on Twitter here that they do have over 15,000 followers. So it seems like most people are getting into their Discord from word of mouth, that a friend told them about it. And then the other big buzzy thing that they've been doing is they're doing this $20,000 giveaway. But you have to own, of course, one of their NFTs to win it. And I also think that it's interesting that it is a USD dollar amount. It's not any sort of like crypto winnings. It's not winning more NFTs. So they're definitely trying to pump their community by using traditional banking methods, which I don't.
Oh my. Wait, scroll down a little bit. Is there engagement on any of the tweets really? That's what I was going to look for.
Not a ton. Not what I would expect for a project that's good.
That's usually a telltale sign of somebody who's bought followers if there's no engagement on any of the posts, because it means that nobody cares, because there's nobody here watching.
Yeah.
It's all bots.
And when we go back to the site, I got to get to the bottom here. So they link out to Twitter, their Instagram, Spotify, Discord, and then Telegram as well. So they do have a Telegram community, and I didn't even go into that. Their Instagram is pretty much the same stuff that they have on Twitter. And I really didn't look to see engagement on here. Okay, so we've got this person, Tammy Bella.
Hey, why you guys want to hide your likes? No, so you got to click on that others. Yeah. Let's scroll down and see how many there are. Oh, there's only 5. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So if the ratio of followers and the engagement
is off,
lining up.
They don't have a ton of followers here on Instagram either. But
still, that's enough to get pretty good engagement on posts if people are actually interested in this. And
because they are posting consistently. That was 11 hours ago. This was 10 hours ago. Oh my God, please tell me this is not 12 hours ago.
Instagramming my dinner gets more engagement.
Truly. Yeah. And then I know it is like an electronic music fest in theory, whatever sort of project, but they do have their own Spotify profile set up where they have 2 playlists. And in their Discord as well, they had linked out and said, one of the mods had said, here's a new EP that's out with some great music. But I feel like, again, it's just their own music project that they're trying to turn into something bigger and hopping onto the bandwagon of NFTs.
Can't wait to see how it turns out.
Yeah, that is, we are all the way through the Cocky project for as much as I can find out. And again, we do not endorse this project. If anything, I think that this video is showing you what to look for and what you're not seeing in a project, like the red flags. I don't know. Should we do our ultra scientific
glue sniff rating system? Yes, I would so like to tell you on a scale of 1 being you only need 1 glue snip, just a little bit, to buy this NFT, and 3 being you need to be sniffed out of your mind to buy it. This is a 3 sniffer for shizzle.
For that, I agree. 100%. Obviously, I agree. We're talking gallon buckets of glue that would just line them up.
So much glue. We're not doxxed. You look like you have fake followers on all socials, low Discord numbers. I don't know what the engagement like is in the Discord, but your channels aren't set up in there properly. And you haven't told us even what country these events are supposed to be in. So yes, this is a great tutorial on what or if something is most likely a rug, because that's the vibe I'm getting.
I agree 100%. I'm sure no one has really heard of Cocky out there, but if you know who the founders are, or if you're invested in the project, I guess leave us a comment below, or I don't even know what to tell you at this point, but please be sure to like and subscribe and follow us on social media so that we can keep chatting to you about this degen space. And we really appreciate every second that you spend with us. And we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.